Today, I am going to review the movie Mothering Sunday. Mothering Sunday is a fiction work, not a memoir. Screenwriter Alice Birch of Lady Macbeth adapted a book by acclaimed British author Graham Swift for the big screen. But that's how it seems. The story is impressionistic and sensual, capturing those fleeting images that linger in the mind long after the details of a moment have faded, such as the shape of a lover's mouth or a coattail blowing in a spring breeze. Both a pivotal day in a woman's life and how the events of that day affected everything she accomplished later are discussed. The plot revolves around storytelling and what motivates writers, or perhaps why they must. Jane Fairchild lists her birth date, the day her boss handed her a typewriter, and a third event she won't talk about as the three-sided events. However, Jane's second boyfriend, Donald, asserts that Jane's experience as a maid was what motivated her to seek an artistic career. He believed that Jane's time spent in service had made her an occupational observer of humanity, someone whose job it is to observe how the wealthy behave while remaining silently to the side. If you saved those up for long enough, how could you not write a novel? Another responsibility of a servant is to protect the wealthy person's secret. On the sunny May afternoon in 1924 that forms the basis of Mothering Sunday, Jane was also preoccupied with her favorite confidence, her protracted romance with Paul Sheringham, the last surviving male heir of an aristocratic family. The relationship is already risky because of Jane and Paul's socioeconomic differences and the fact that Paul's parents are close friends with Jane's employers, Mr. and Mrs. Niven. However, Paul will also marry Emma Hobday, a more suitable woman, in just 11 days. Jane can't get rid of that day. But it's not because her beloved is getting married to another lady. The events in Jane's life from youth to old age are covered in Mothering Sunday, which alternates between the past, present, and future. But Mother's Day in 1924 keeps coming up. This initially appears to be a romantic reminiscence story. Then, it changes into a somber reflection on the devastating impact of World War I on both the nation and the individual. It then changes once more, becoming a meditation on the writing process and finding love in words. Unfortunately, none of those items are present in sufficient quantity to have a significant effect. Fans of Derisu, who had such an impact in Netflix's His House, and Coleman, who has an impact in everything she does, will be disappointed. Both are cast in modest supporting roles with little room for interpretation. They are both tragic figures who highlight the bitter aspect of Jane's story. Coleman is the greatest at keeping her mouth shut when her eyes begin to cry up, because of her depiction of Queen Elizabeth II on The Crown. She is an expert at portraying repressed upper-class parental characters. The breathtaking emotional intricacy of her performance in The Lost Daughter is incomparable to the anguish that her character endures, no matter how sympathetic. Therefore, among the 1,000-yard stares and hands touching finely bound books, two things stand out. Young and O'Connor, who portray Prince Charles on The Crown, extended full frontal nudity as part of the movie's complex nonlinear structure. This is a testament to the direction of Eva Husson because the story is never difficult to follow. Additionally, Mothering Sunday is structured in a way that allows certain phrases and artifacts to gradually disclose their importance over time, similar to how the receding of the tide unveils rock formations. Jane has a vivid, noticeable inner life as a result of Husson's multidimensional approach. Without having to discuss these things specifically, the film conveys Jane's confused feelings about her time as a maid and how reading became both a short-term and long-term escape for her. The use of rich colors and poetic close-ups helps the movie achieve its goal of conveying Jane's made-up memories as vividly as if they were the viewer's own. The plot manages to be both crucial and inconsequential, which may sound harsh considering that several young men have died and are still dying in the movie. The effects of stiff upper lip British etiquette on families have been more thoroughly and intricately examined in earlier works by Coleman and O'Connor, respectively. The movie hits a variety of emotional notes as it moves between time and location, but the events tied to these sentiments too often revert to one-note misery. Mothering Sunday has a seductive, intuitive depth that is captivating. As far as the premise and cast of people are concerned, it is nothing new.